early start today. It's before 8 o'clock and I'm out and about getting my Bang Me Opera. So yeah, I got Anne to help me out yesterday, Anne on reception, to set up my my Viettel SIM card, and it wasn't that easy to do. There was a few codes involved. She needed to ring customer service. Now obviously I couldn't do that because they wouldn't have any English speakers in the call centre, and so she had to get a special code, and then went to the 7-Eleven and put these codes into my phone. There was two separate codes. One was actually to initiate the deposit of 70,000 dong, and the other one was to send a message to a code message to the telco that had been paid. So it's a very cumbersome system compared to what I'm used to with Aldi Mobile back home, which is just a simple process. I do it all online, and it really is quite easy. There's none of this frigging around. So yeah, just not as simple, and that's in a way expected. The other thing about it is that it actually costs me more to have mobile access here than it does back home with my prepaid, because all I have to do with Aldi is top it up with 15 bucks a year if I don't use the allowance. Now I hardly ever use my phone. It's for incoming calls primarily, so I don't really use it. So in Oz, I seriously don't top up more than once a year. I did it just recently while I was overseas. I had to do it, and I was just a bit worried that the passwords and things wouldn't have been online and what have you, because I'm in password hell recently, and I'll outline that. Well, I might even do it now, but I'll get the mobile thing out of the way. So anyway, the mobile's been updated for 1 month. 70,000 dong will give you a month, and that's about what would that be, about $4.50, I imagine, something $4.50 a month. So compared to $15 a year that I pay in Australia for 12 months, it's not a great deal. But mind you, I'd be using more data here because of Grab and GoViet, that sort of thing, and they do save you money. So it's pretty silly not to spend it on the mobile plan, because it will save you money long term. So and the convenience of having GPS everywhere, especially when you're overseas, it's fantastic, because it's impossible to get lost really. The only downside of GPS is it can be difficult to find a place when you're really close, but that's about my only gripe with it. It makes navigation in a foreign city so much easier. And the first time it really helped me out was when I was in Seville last time. I found tapas bars I wouldn't have found because of GPS, and that was even with a dodgy bloody SIM card. Actually, you don't really need a SIM card for the GPS, admittedly, but it is better because it updates the maps. But the actual GPS works independently of it. But anyway, it's all sorted. The mobile's now working again. I would like to know how to actually do it myself, but worst comes to worst, I'll just go to Viettel's office when I arrive next time in September and get them to sort it out, because I won't be staying here anyway. I'm determined I will be staying down at District 7, and just because I need that clean air, I'm not going to compromise my health at all. So even though I like the vibe here, it's just not healthy. It's rated unhealthy at the moment, for instance, although it doesn't look it. It's Saturday morning, a clear sky, there's a little wisp of a breeze. You wouldn't have expected there to be any major pollution, but apparently there is. So yeah, and then you got the virus going as well, the coronavirus on top of everything. Just health is really important, and not majority of people here are wearing masks. And the other hassle I've got is I still can't work out how to log on to my Windows 10 account, and it's a pain, because it means every time I go on the computer I have to log into everything all the time, and I just can't see a solution to it. I changed from the PIN number they gave me to the password. It didn't recognise both passwords, I tried an old one, I tried the new one I changed it to. It didn't recognise either one, so it's driving me nuts. I also may be missing out on a few $100s of interest because of passwords, because I couldn't log on to my CUA account. And of course, to change the password, I need an SMS, which is linked to the Australian mobile number, so it's useless. I can't access the SMS to actually do a change of password. So I'm totally screwed. So I don't know. I mean, I could contact them, see if there's any other way around it, because it is going to cost me money. I probably should at least have a go at that. I might be able to get away with it because I'm getting back on the 28th. I still will be in this month when I return. So if I do it straight away when I get off the plane, it should work. But I'm just trying to cover all bases because, like I said, it's about $300 in interest. I don't want to be bloody losing that simply because I haven't got a PIN number. I was contemplating getting money out of the VP bank teller machine just down there, but there was a long queue there for it. And then the weird thing is there were two other teller machines, older style ones, that were not being used at all. They must be out of order or something. Didn't have any signs up or anything. They just had some guy standing around one of them. Maybe they've got to be upgraded or something, but I don't know what the story is. It's very strange. I mean, it was a reasonably long queue at just one ATM, so I presume it's the only one working. That's all I can figure. Oh God, it's funny. You've got to battle through all the parked motorbikes. Look at that. Just getting out of the Dot's house is half the battle. I'm heading off down to see if I can catch a bus. It's not from the depot, which is the opposite direction. It's up this way, so I'll see if this works. It may not, but I'll try it anyway. It's a number 65 bus. Cost me 6,000 dong to go about 4.5 kilometres to a place called Memory Zone. We're going to pick up a cheap memory stick. Definitely worth doing. They're pretty regular, the buses, so we'll see how we go. Not sure which is the best way to go. Could actually go down this road, so I think I know where it is. This is a pretty scungy road here, so I might just do this. I'll go down here because I haven't actually checked out this road yet anyway. Been here forever and I still haven't got down. I haven't done much walking, but the weather's improved. The air is definitely better quality now, so I finally feel like it's alright to get out and about. That's got a barbecue area there. Oh, that's interesting. I think I can get local barbecue meat. Just noticed that. I'm hopeless at observation. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can catch a bus. Not sure where. Well, I've got indication on the map where it's leaving from. We'll see if that works. It should be the end of this street. There's a main street, and past there, it's crazy. There's another barbecue place. They're all everywhere. Man. I do remember there were a couple of barbecue places, so I should check that out. But the place on the corner's definitely got one, and that's another barbecue place. So there are a couple. And I'm hoping I can get down to this main road at the end here. Okay, gee, it's pretty upmarket down here. Quite surprised. Yeah, like I say, I haven't been feeling up to doing a lot of walking around, but mainly because the air's been so bad. But it really has brightened up since Tet. Before Tet, it was crap, and it just seems to have cleared. It's not always perfect, but it's quite clear today. So maybe people are rushing around buying stuff for Tet, and that's why there's greater traffic. Could be just the time of year. This is quite a nice road, actually. Check it out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same road goes down to It's a lot more pleasant walking down here than along the main road. There's hardly any footpath and it is super busy, so not nice. Anyway, we'll see if we can get this bus thing working. It seems a long way though. I seem to be walking longer than I should have to. On the map it doesn't look nearly as bad, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, I found the bus stop though. It is definitely there. It's blue, and that's I'm pretty sure it says 65. Very hard to read that lettering, that numbering. It's a bit difficult. This girl's waiting for a bus, so hopefully she's on the same one. So we'll see. So give it a go. It's a bloody warm day. It's about 34. It feels very hot. A little bit of a breeze. Very busy road. I've got to work out where to get off. That's going to be the other fun part. Supposed to be here in 5 minutes according to the app, but that changed to 9 minutes as well, so who knows where we're going to be. And the traffic's pretty heavy, so it's always heavy. We'll see. Oh, I think the girl's given up on the bus. She was waiting there, she just walked off. Oh, that's not good. I was hoping she might give me some moral support. No, she spat the dummy. Yeah. She's walking up the road. Yeah, I don't know about this bus app. Well, look, if I get on the damn thing, I can at least take it one way and I go back using a grab. I don't care. Not a big deal for me. Well, that was a bit of a bust. The bus did turn up, but I'd given up and I was looking for grab, and grab would cost me 37 to get there, so it's only 7, so I'll give it a go tomorrow. Bugger it. Just make this a dry run today. It's a pity that girl left. If she hadn't left, I would have waited around. The other thing is the numbering. It wasn't electronic, it was actually written in big letters on the outside of the bus. It's a minibus. So unfortunately, yeah, I could see it, so pretty easy. But the actual time of arrival thing is just, there's no accuracy there at all. It doesn't give you a really good indication, so it's useless. So I'll just, I'll do it, like I said, I'll have a go at it tomorrow, see how we go. It's a bit warm today anyway. It's not the most pleasant day weather-wise. Maybe a little cooler tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it in the morning, might be the way to go. At least I know where I've got to go now, so that's good. It's no rush. I mean, it's a memory stick, so I can give Johan some movies and stuff. I mean, it is definitely cheaper going down that way, so we'll do that. And just basically getting over the hump and finally doing it. So I'm walking down the opposite side of this road this time. It's quite upmarket actually. There's a pretty crappy walkway on the other side. This is definitely the better one, but at least I did see a couple of barbecue places, so that's good. Always helps to get out and about. I've been way too room bound, so it's good to get out. But like I said, I can get this stuff done tomorrow. At least I've achieved something today. I know where to go, and it's not the nicest bus stop on earth, but then again, the bus depot's no better. That's going to be just crammed full of buses. But at least the app does give an accurate description of where the buses are coming from. And I also had some luck today getting money out of the ATM machine around the corner near the co-op. Actually worked today. In the past it worked once, the first time I used it, but the second time it wouldn't allow me to choose English as the language to do the transaction in, but this time it wasn't a problem. And I much prefer the way it dispenses money compared to the other ones. The more modern ones have got the jaws of hell, and they give you a time limit to actually collect your cash, whereas this one's got a normal dispenser, a plastic dispenser that holds your cash, and there's no rush to grab it, and it's quite easy to get. So I think the old machine's better, but probably because I'm an old codger, I'm supporting old technology. Yeah, Phoenix, it's like a club. Yeah, another bent there. See another barbecue joint. There's a few of them around here. Bit of nightlife in this area. Yep. Like I say, it's Korean. I feel like I'm back in District 7. There must be a few Koreans over here, because barbecues would indicate Koreans. That's a big place. Yeah, it's you do think that it's a seafood looking place. Actually, you know what I should do? I should look at my local restaurant and see where they have duck on the menu, because that's a good restaurant. And if my favourite bar girl wants to go there, I know she'll get a good meal. So just see if they have duck, because they do have the menu online. So I'll check that out.